Welcome to today's video. Before we get started, I want you to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you'll be seeing more of our videos in the future.
What's up, everybody? We're back, and I'm super excited because we just recently talked about the 8 worst foods. And of course, that's a play on words with 8. See what we did there?
Yes.
We're more than just a beautiful face. We are big brain energy, but now we're going to talk about the 8 best foods. Not the worst, but the best foods for our beards. And for anybody that doesn't know, I'm Matt with Beard Lods. And who is
Brandon.
this amazing?
I'm Brandon J. McDermott. I think you know me. I look like the guy that lives under the bridge where you're at.
Oh, yeah. Thankfully, I don't have a lot of bridges, but that puts you out of a home. But either way, there's so many links and descriptions. You guys can check them out if you want. But if not, let's get to the real reason why you're here to watch this video. It's the top 8 best foods to eat with a beard. And again, this is in no particular, order, just because we put 8 or we put 1, it's not our 8th best or our best. There's just 8 foods that we have kind of came up that we just truly enjoy, and we think they're easy to eat with having a beard, and we truly do enjoy eating because that's kind of what we do here. And we help you with how to eat with a beard, but Brandon is the food guy, so we obviously want to talk about great foods.
Great foods, we're combining them like a sandwich, like the sandwich your mother never made.
Ayo. See what he did there. Let's go right into it. Let's go. Speaking of not anything that he just spoke about, weird transition. Let's go right into it. Number 8. Breakfast meats. It sounds a little funny, and I know, if you're immature or you're a dude like us, when you see breakfast meats, you giggle a little bit. But I'm going to let Brandon, our food guy, elaborate more on this.
So look, we had the list of terrible foods to eat, sauces, and all these other things that are falling into your beard. Don't worry, this is a family-friendly show. But when it comes to top 8 foods to eat that are friendly for your beard, breakfast meats, bacon, breakfast sausage, whether it's a patty or a link, those are terrific. You don't have to worry about it getting in your beard. Now, if you're going to say, what about the grease? What about the grease? Well, pad that off. Let it sit on the stove for a minute and let the grease just drip off, and then eat it later. But yes, you can literally take a couple stalks, I know that's not what they're called, of bacon, walk around and eat it and not worry about a thing about it getting in your beard. It's one of the best foods ever.
Exactly. And like you kind of spoke about the breakfast foods, we had the egg yolks that were just in the beard. And it's there. And even if you get a little bit of a piece of a bacon or a little bit of a grease, it's not that big of a deal. It's not an egg yolk that instantly hardens, gets stuck in there. And most of the time, when you're grabbing the, as Brandon said, a stalk of bacon, you're just grabbing it, you're eating it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like a beef jerky, but not quite as thick, but you're just grabbing it, you're eating it. The breakfast sausage, you're either going to pick up or you're going to eat it with a fork, which helps with the control of getting it into the mouth, not making a mess. And at the end of the day, who doesn't love a breakfast meat? Who doesn't love bacon? Who doesn't love breakfast? I mean, don't have to actually answer that. There's a lot of people that don't. But in our opinion, not only is it a great food, it is very beard friendly. So that's why it is one of our 8 foods.
And for your personal safety, if you don't enjoy breakfast meats like bacon or sausage, please don't comment in the comment section for your personal protection.
Yes, but I'm willing to say if you want to comment in there, feel free and let us know a great alternative that maybe that you would substitute for it. Probably not for us, but that's okay. You could make a suggestion for somebody else that may be in the same kind of situation and boat for you. And if I'm going to go on a limb here and whatever, I'm going to go on there and say you're probably not going to love number 7 if you don't love number 8, but number 7 is steak.
Steak. It's wonderful. Now, for me, when we were putting this list together and he said steak, I knew exactly what he meant. He meant beef steak. He meant the glorious, glorious beef. But you could have a pork chop. You could have a lamb chop, a slice, a big old hunk of meat, a cutlet, if you will. It could be a pork tenderloin, whatever it is. It's a piece of meat. You cut it with a fork, you cut it with a knife, and you can eat it in small bits so as not to get any in your beard. It's wonderful.
Yeah. And I mean, we've both probably been called hunks of meats before in our day. If not, well, maybe there's a first for everything. But yeah, like you said, I mean, it's kind of, self-control. I mean, do some people maybe cut their steak in like this and try to ram it in there? But either way, it's still beard friendly, in my opinion. And I'm not going to start a whole debate of, should you dip your steak in, steak sauce or ketchup? We're not talking about that. All right. But if you do, with smaller portions with a fork, there's a lot of self-control with food in a fork. So that's why we think steak, not only do we love steak, but it's a very beard friendly food in our opinion. So Brandon, are you ready for number 6?
Let's roll.
All right. We're going to go with the old corn dog, one of the staples of a state fair. Brandon, take us away on the corn dogs.
Now, the idea with the corn dog is that it's easier to eat as a hot dog than an actual hot dog on a bun. Hot dogs on a bun, you've got your mayonnaise, mayonnaise on a hot dog. Some people do like it. Your mustard, your ketchup, your relish, your cheese, whatever it is, chili on top, and it just dribbles on your mustache and down on your beard, and then, of course, on your shirt. Corn dogs, not so much. Now, the idea is that, like with the steak, you are able to dip it a little more intently and be careful with how you're eating it. So you can still have mustard. If you're a child, you could still dip it in ketchup and eat it, but it's not as tough to eat and messy to eat as a hot dog.
Yeah, and it's a food on the go where obviously a hot dog, like you said, it's a little more self-control, but with the toppings on the top, it also goes into the mustache. It's a little bit harder, beard friendly. Hot dog on a bun, not bad. Get a little crumbs in there, but a corn dog, again, you can take portion bites because let's be honest, you go too hard on the corn dog, you're going to bite right into that stick. And who wants a broken tooth? Who wants to look like a person that's just going too hard on a corn dog, biting into that stick? I know, Brandon, you're thinking something else, but that's okay. Again, but like I said, if you want to dip it, that's still fine. You're taking smaller bites, better portions, and it is much more friendly for your beard. And of all the foods out there, this is one of the top 8 in our opinions. And we love corn dogs. And again, this is a list of foods we love that are beard friendly, and this is our top 8. Are we wrong? Probably, but feel free to comment your top 8 or some foods that maybe we missed, and we'll generate some conversation in the chat as well. Let's get into our 5th. Again, it's not the 5th ranked, but our 5th one on the list. Number 5, Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets are great. One of the greatest foods ever created. On-the-go meal. You pop it in the microwave, 2.5, 3 minutes. You can, obviously put it on a plate because that thing is scalding hot.
Whew.
Take it with you and eat on the go. Now, the idea that you're eating it and it's not going to get in your beard, that scalding hot temperature plays into this too. You don't want to eat it right away. You're going to burn the roof of your mouth. It's like hot lava, liquid hot lava, right? Like the stuff that comes out of you when you're eating Taco Bell. But you gotta, if you give it a little time to cool down, not burn the roof of your mouth, then you can eat it and it's just fine. The other problem I find with eating hot pockets when they're too hot is I find myself biting with my teeth, so I'm not burning the roof of my mouth, and that creates the pressure of the hot pocket. I know this is like physics here, and it pushes out all the stuff into the back end, creates a hole, and it squirts out the back end right onto your shirt or into your beard, and that's awful. That's awful.
Yes.
That goes against the whole list itself. But you do it right, Hot Pockets are great.
It's true. And a seasoned Hot Pocket veterans like we are, you know what I mean? You could put it in the microwave. Me personally, I don't own a microwave. So I usually go with like an air fryer Hot Pocket, which comes out a little more crispy. Obviously, you got to put a little venting in it. I know it's some more physics and food science, but a little vent so it cools. And then you could always split it in half, which you don't have to if you're on the go. But when you bite it, again, it's kind of with portions and just kind of ease in there. You're taking, much better bites, in my opinion, when you have a handheld food rather, than something like an ice cream cone or anything from the top 8. And if you're going, you keep talking about the top 8 worst foods, well, just click the thing above Brandon's head and it's the top 8 foods. You could just click that and then you can see what we were talking about. But again, Hot Pockets, so many flavors, so many styles. Not only is it an amazing food, but it's very beard friendly in our opinion. Definitely one of the top 8. And this next one, it's the number 4 on our list, but it's probably my favorite food. We're going to go with pretzels.
Pretzels are great. Whether you're talking soft pretzels, hard pretzels, it doesn't matter. I think I knew where Matt's head was on this when he was saying pretzels. He meant the hard pretzels. Now, same thing that goes into with pretzels. You're talking, for me, you're lumping in snack crackers, you're lumping in chips. I'm lumping in all kinds of beer nuts and stuff like that. They're easy to eat and consume in a handful or 2 or 3, and you're not going to get it in your beard. Now, if you're talking about hot Cheetos, you're talking about Doritos, there may be some residue there. But generally speaking, those kind of snacks, pretzels specifically, you're not going to have to worry about that. A great snack for the beard.
Exactly. Like you said, hard pretzels, but even soft pretzels. You get a nice big soft pretzel, maybe you're at a baseball game or a sporting event, comes with maybe some mustard, some cheese. Yes, could the mustard or cheese end up in there? Obviously, but it depends on your dipping pattern. I mean, if you're, just kind of pretending to be, Karl Malone going hard in the paint and you go with too big of a dip in there, yes, the handoff, I guess, obviously different sports, maybe you're handing off to Terrell Davis. There's a little bit of a fumble in the beard, but either way, if you go with a good, dip to product ratio, you're gonna have no problems in the mustache or the beard. But pretzels, and again, National Cheese or Crackers or Chip and Dip Day is the 23rd of March. So you know what I mean. If we're a little past that, but again, you said it lumps in everything, whether they're beer nuts, they're chips, they're pretzels, anything self-controlled, little portions, easy to eat. You might get some crumbs, but you can just shake them out, like a Taylor Swift song. But obviously, pretzels, one of my favorite foods. We love them. We love our snacks. So,
and it takes practice too. He talks about the hard dip, the hard dunk in the paint. To be able to do that and eat it without it getting in your beard, it's not for rookies out there. You got to make sure you know what you're doing, and that takes practice. So keep at it, rookie.
Absolutely. Patience does proper practice, or whatever the whole motivation is. We're here to motivate you and talk about food. And our next food, it begins with a P, just like pretzels. It's pizza.
One of the most perfect foods, period. There's another P for you.
Two of them.
I know, but it's one of the greatest foods for beards. Now, we're not talking Chicago style. I don't even think we're talking St. Louis or Detroit style. I'm thinking, because those are a little crumbly and or different shaped, but you give me New York style pizza, you can fold it. Yes, there may be extra grease on there. That's the way we like it. But if you fold it like a taco, you don't have to worry about that. But the toppings hold everything in there. You don't have to worry about sauce dripping. You don't have to worry about cheese dripping. You don't have to worry about toppings falling off. As long as it's New York style, it's done right, and it's not topping heavy or sauce heavy, you got a good slice of pizza. And cold or cooled down pizza is even better than warm pizza, because you don't have to worry about all that stuff we just talked about. It's 100%. One of the greatest foods for beards.
Yeah, and like you said, kind of like we go back to the Hot Pocket. If it gets a little bit too hot, you kind of have that lava effect. Maybe it trickles back down in there. And we did talk about chicken wings in the top 8 foods. Pizza and wings, they usually go together. But we're talking pizza, because wings, they're a nightmare. I had some wings tonight. Was a nightmare. There's probably still a chicken wing in there, but pizza, like you said, the crust is the key. It's the glue that holds it all together without actually eating glue, because we do not eat glue. But you fold it, and if you're one of those guys that has a big New York style slice of pizza and you don't fold it, I don't know if we can be friends, which it's okay. But yeah, fold that pizza. Very beard friendly, and pizza is just got to be one of the greatest foods in the entire planet. Pretzels and pizzas.
We were talking about steak, eating it right with a fork and knife. What about with pizza, Matt?
I mean, you could. I mean, having a beard. What about a Chicago slice or a St. Louis, the thicker slice? Maybe you do. I personally don't, but there's nothing wrong with that. New York style, though, if you have a chance to fold a piece of pizza, you don't need a fork and a knife. Pick it up. I don't care if it's a first date. Pick it up. They'll be more impressed than you think by picking it up and folding that pizza. Don't worry about it. But either way, yeah, pizza. That's one of our 8. We got 2 left. Are you ready for it, Brandon?
Let's see number 2. Ooh.
Chicken nuggets.
So we talked about chicken wings. Chicken wings. Wingies, they made the top 8 worst foods to eat with a beard. But nuggies made the top 2. Now, I don't know necessarily if this is in order top 8 or just 8 of the top foods. It doesn't matter. Chicken nuggies are great. Now what you're saying to yourself, well, if I go to McDonald's, I want sweet and sour sauce. I want hot mustard. I want honey mustard. Whatever it is you're eating, you got to be careful with the dipping. We talked about the rookie dipping, buddy. We talked about that. Come on, do it right. But if you're doing it right, you're going to be just fine. Chicken nuggets are great. Like a pretzel. You don't need them with dipping sauce sometimes. Just pop them in, you chew on it, and you're ready to go. It's not like a wing. It's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, unless you're one of those people that have 1 nugget to 1 can of sauce, or a container of sauce, I guess, then it gets everywhere. But bearded or not bearded, that's just going to make a mess. And I mean, I'm not out here trying to be a doctor or a health advocate, but I'm assuming if you're going that hard in the paint again, like maybe Shaquille O'Neal, you're just going to have, maybe it's just not the healthiest options. You do a healthy dunk, put it in there. It's a handheld. You can use a fork. You can use your finger. You can even get one of those contraptions that you see on all the social medias that you plug the dipping trays and the nuggets right in the vent of your car. It is on the go, and it's just a quick hit meal that probably you grew up eating as a kid, probably paired with some mac and cheese. I know I did, and I'm an adult, and I still love chicken nugget night. It's just a phenomenal food, very beard friendly, and it should be definitely in everybody's top 8.
And if you're eating chicken nuggets 1v1, 1-to-1 ratio to chicken nuggets to sauce, just get an IV, my friend.
Way easier. But, you know, if you're not exactly sure how to do that, while you're on YouTube, when this video finishes, feel free to YouTube how to do that. But either way, let's go with our last one. We have it at number 1. Maybe it's the easiest, maybe it's not, but either way, wraps. And it's a little broad of a statement, so I'm going to let Brandon, you know, explain this a little more.
So this was Matt's number 1, and I agree with it based on his definition. But I will say this: you think of it this way: everything you want to eat in a salad or in a burrito or anything else, and it's tightly wrapped, no pun intended, in a tortilla or a lettuce or a piece of lettuce or a piece of cabbage. It's perfectly folded, and the idea is that it's not going to spill out the bottom. It's not overstuffed, but that it's all in there. The sauce is included. You don't have to go sauceless on a wrap, but it's perfect. It's the perfect food and holder for somebody with a beard. You can just eat it and not worry about it getting everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of done some segments on social media where I said everything is better for your beard in a wrap. I've put cereal with milk in a wrap. I've put SpaghettiOs in a wrap. I've put almost anything you could think of in a wrap that the viewers, that the people wanted to see. And if you think about it, you wrap it up. So beard friendly wise, it's phenomenal because the back is closed, right? All around it is closed. So there's very few crumbs in a tortilla shell in a wrap. So everything is absolutely perfect for it. You could put, one of my favorite things is from my friend Aaron D. Johnson from Talking Beards, is the pizza roll kind of wraps. So he would take pizza rolls and put them into a wrap so they don't squirt out at you, which always happens in those. But if they're in a wrap, kind of like a pizza roll taco or a burrito, there's no mess.
It's like a pizza wrap inception there. But
Yeah.
I say watch next YouTube video here for Stay Out of My Beard for Matt making a cereal and milk wrap, because I'm interested in that one. How did you do that?
Oh, I will show you. I'll dig up the archives, or what we'll do is we'll do a video very soon. We'll both try it live. So, you know, if one of us fails, you know, being a seasoned veteran in the, you know, cereal, and it'll be interesting to see what cereal we choose, what kind of milk we choose. But yeah, we'll definitely do that soon. But as you mentioned, keep an eye out on our next video, because that's all we have for this one. And on our next video, a little spoiler alert, there's a holiday coming. And that holiday is Easter. And there is a lot of great candy, and there's a lot of terrible candy. Some are just very good because they're good. Some are very bad because they're bad, but some of them are more beard friendly and some of them are not beard friendly. So we're going to get into, again, our favorite and our least favorite Easter candy. Spoiler alert, in the next couple of videos coming up. So super excited about not only this, but working with my dude, Brandon. That's all we have for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this Stay Out of My Beard. And let us know in the comments some foods that you think should have made the list, maybe even some foods that didn't, and continue with maybe some of your favorite Easter candies that are going to be coming up in the next 2 episodes. That's all we got for you. But remember, when you're out there eating, just say, hey, stay out of my beard food. And then you're gonna think of us and all the foods and all the content that we're going to have for you guys. So again, thanks for watching. We greatly appreciate it. Take care, everybody.